Luka Doncic this season has been absolutely incredible, having 30-point game after 30-point game. This season, Luka Doncic will have scored 30 or more points 7 times in a row. That is just legendary. And in the month of October, Luka Doncic did not drop below 30 points. So with that being said, let's take a deeper look into Luka Doncic's season by going game by game. Of course, starting off with the first game. In Luka Doncic's first game of the season, he will go against the Phoenix Suns. And in that game, Luka Doncic will have 35 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists on 43, 20, and 100 shooting splits. Not a bad game to start off the season. Let's head on to his second game of the year. In his second game of the year, he will go against the Memphis Grizzlies. And in that game, Luka will go for 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 10 assists on 52, 44, and 80 shooting splits. Now let's head to his third game. In Luka Doncic's third game of the season, he will go for 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists on 53, 15, and 60 shooting splits. Now let's head on to the fourth game of the season. In Luka Doncic's fourth game of the season, he will go against the Brooklyn Nets. And in that game, Luka will drop 41 points, 11 rebounds, and 14 assists. His first triple-double of the year. And for his shooting splits, he will go for 50, 33, and 84. Now let's move on to his fifth game of the year, with that game being against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And in that game, Luka Doncic will go for 31 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's back-to-back triple-doubles. And for his shooting splits, he had 34, 0, and 78. It's kind of crazy he could put up these type of stats with those shooting splits. But let's head to his sixth game of the season, which was also the last game of October. In his sixth game of the season, he'll go against the Orlando Magic. In that game, he had 44 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists on 65, 22, and 57. It's safe to say that the month of October was great for Luka Doncic, but it wasn't so great for his team overall. In the month of October, Luka and his team went 3-3, which put them at just 500. And you really wouldn't expect that considering the stats Luka was putting up. Although the Mavs have done better building a team around him, it just still isn't enough. But with that being said, let's continue talking about Luka's season. In Luka Doncic's first game in November, he'll go against the Utah Jazz. And in that game, Luka Doncic will have 33 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists on 40, 42, and 44 shooting splits. In his second game of November, he'll go against the Toronto Raptors. And in that game, he'll have 35 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists on 53, 50, and 66 shooting splits. In his third game of November, he'll go against the Brooklyn Nets. And in that game against the Brooklyn Nets, he'll go for 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists on 60, 37, and 55 shooting splits. In his fourth game of November, he'll go against the Orlando Magic. In that game, he'll have 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists on 43, 25, and 60 shooting splits. In his fifth game of November, he'll go against the Washington Wizards. And in that game, he'll have 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists on 50, 28, and 81 shooting splits. In his sixth game of November, he'll go against the Trailblazers. And in that game, he'll have 42 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. His first triple-double of November. And for his shooting splits, he'll have 50, 40, and 100. His seventh game of November was against the Los Angeles Clippers. And in that game, Luka Doncic will have 35 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists on 59, 20, and 83 shooting splits. In his eighth game of November, he'll go against the Denver Nuggets. And in that game against the Nuggets, he'll have 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists on 38, 37, and 33 shooting splits. It's kind of crazy he was able to score that much off of low shooting splits. But let's move on to his 10th game of November. That game being against the Denver Nuggets. And in that game, he'll have 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists on 31, 18, and 57 shooting splits. Now let's move on to his 11th game of November. That being against the Boston Celtics. And in that game, Luka Doncic will have 42 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists on 50, 55, and 50 shooting splits. Now let's move on to the 12th game of November. For his 12th game of November, he'll go against the Toronto Raptors. In that game, Luka Doncic will have 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists on 66, 50, and 85 shooting splits. Now, his last game of November so far was against the Milwaukee Bucks. In that game, Luka Doncic will have 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 12 assists on 60, 33, and 70 shooting splits. And with that being said, Luka Doncic had definitely been one of the best point guards in the league. And at this point, I wouldn't be too mad at you put him as the best point guard in the league. This man has been dominant and basically carrying his team on his back. But like every other superstar, he can't do it on his own. Right now, him and the Mavs are on a 4-game losing streak. And when Luka dropped less than 25 points, the Mavs are 0-4. That is just terrible. So with that, I think he have a great case to win MVP this year. Because of course his season has just been amazing. And it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. So with that being said, that's all I got for this video. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, you might well like and sub. Or don't, that's your choice. I'm out.